dear friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course, hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. And here you see already all the things are on the table, so it is time for a new DIY. Of course, we need some tumbling tower blocks. We need our container with everything inside, of course, the brushes, marker, scissors, but most important, the wood glue. And you can use, of course, hot glue, but be careful that it doesn't fall apart. I have here my saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel. I have here a couple of colors of paint. And these are a little bit of the most things we need for this DIY. Of course, what we're going to make, we are going to make a reindeer, but of course a reindeer with a twist. So we will see how this will turn out. I have no idea. So like most of the time, I have no idea. So, but of course, make sure that you always have for the DIYs 4 until 5 packages of tumbling tower blocks. Then you always are safe and you have enough blocks, because I never know how much I will use. So let's start. So already on the table is the first step, and I didn't count it with you because not everyone enjoys counting. So I do 6 pieces of 5 blocks. So 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So 6 times 5, and we get the longer sides to glue, and we place them immediately against each other, like I always say, because then your glue is not running out too much. And so we go the whole row further until we have all of them done. And I already say it in front. I say a lot of like this, I say a lot of squeeze, but don't mind me, just watch the DIY so you can make your own cute little reindeer. But of course I have to say, because the steps are always this way, and that's what you get if you do step by step. You say a lot of the same things, so I don't like it, and my English is not really that big. So you hear most of the time a couple of the same words again and again. I hear myself saying it, but it is most important that you see how the DIY is going. So don't mind me, I always say. I'm just showing. Squeeze it, and you see he wants to pop out. And make sure that you have a straight line. And again, going to squeeze this one. And of course also this one, and this one, and the last. And then we're going to get, of course, our old piece of kitchen towel, and we're going to wipe away the top of the little blocks. And again, make sure afterwards that you always look for if everything has a straight line, because you don't want to have it totally out of line. So again, like this, and we give it a couple of minutes. So I gave all 6 of them a couple of minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place one on the side. And I especially only wait a couple of minutes because we still want to glue them together. So, and that's why I always say don't wait too long. Now you can still redo all your blocks. And we do this one. We only do 5 with the glue, because number 6 is on the underside. We're just going to place this one together. We're going to place this one together. And we're going to this and this one. And the last. And we're going to give it a little bit of pressure and squeezing, so we can fill in easily the open gaps, because everything is still not glued together yet. So we make one big piece out of it. And we're going to place this aside. We're going to wipe away the glue. And what we're going to do, we're going to get 5 blocks of 5 times 3. So again, this is 3. And here. And of course here. And the last already. And we do the same. We're going to glue the sides. And we make little bundles of 3. We do here the same. And here, and I'm going to make 2 reindeers, and you will see what I'm going to do, because I already know how to make the reindeers, or at least I think I know how I'm going to do it. But I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest, so that's always also a surprise for me how it will, how it will turn out. So we're going to squeeze it. This is really a bad block. I'm going to see if I still can use it, because I try to use all the blocks even when they are crooked or maybe totally with a crack, but I always try to use it because I think it's a waste of time and a waste of my money if you are going to throw it away. Not a waste of time, a waste of money. So, and again, we're going to give it a couple of minutes. So I give this also a couple of minutes, and I'm going to do some glue on the side. I'm going to do some glue on this side and roll them together. Do it over here and over here. And the last, of course, I have to get away a little of the glue, and we're going to place this one, and we will make one big piece out of it again. And this, and we're going to squeeze it like this. And you see why I say like this every time I hear myself saying it. And again, we're going to give this also at least, because we are going to need some sewing in this one. So I give this at least an hour, 1.5 hours at least. Now we get 3 blocks and another one of 3. Oh, this is already 4. And now we're going to glue also this together and this one. And we do it, like I say, in the longest line of the block. And number 2. And we're going to squeeze this one. And again, squeeze it. And we're also going to sew this one, because this will be the nose. Yeah, I know you don't see a nose in it. I don't see a nose in it. At least I hope it will be a nose. So I'm going to give this at least a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to glue it together. So also with this one, I'm going to do some glue on this side, and we're going to place them together, squeeze it, and make sure that you fill in the open gaps. And also this one, we give it at least a couple of hours, and we place it over here. So now I'm going to need 3 blocks in a row. I need another 3 and another. So we need 4 pieces of 3, and we do the same. And we do also on the longest line, the same like we did with the older rows. And we're going to glue it together. Very simple. And this will be one of the ears, of course. Then we need another set of 4 of 3. But first we do 1 ear of ear. It's not an ear, it's an antler. Sorry, the ears are on the other side. This will be the 5 of 3 will be the ears, but I'm sorry, I mean these are the antlers. I show you in a moment how many pieces, what you exactly need, so don't worry. I show it to you in a moment. I show all the pieces you need for this reindeer, and he turns out a little bigger than I thought, so I think it will be 1 reindeer, and then we're going to build it from further down than that. So we're going to give it a couple of minutes. So we also do with these pieces, we're going to roll them together, very simple, until 1 piece, and this is already 1 ear. Squeeze it and fill in the open gaps. It's also easier when you're going to sew it out. So this one is already 1 of the antlers. I'm going to make the second one, but of course I'm going to do this one faster. So we already made a 1 piece for the nose, but I think I'm going to make this reindeer double-sided. At least that's what I'm going to try. So I need also for the other side a nose. So I have 2 of 3 blocks again, and I'm going to, this is a lot of glue on the ending. So we do some glue over this one. So we need 2 pieces of 3 extra, because we want to do a nose also on the other side. So we're going to squeeze it, let this dry in also for a couple of minutes, and then I show you the part you need for the, of course, for the reindeer, if you have everything, so you can see that you have all the pieces you need, because I don't want that you later have something it doesn't fit or that you are missing some parts. Now we're going to glue the other nose on this side and again squeeze it. And if everything is correctly, you have now 2 pieces of 6 like this, easy, and you have 1 of 4 pieces of 3. You have 1 with 4 pieces of 3 again, because these 2 are antlers. And you have the frame of the base, and this is 6 pieces of 5. Like this I showed you, so you can even count them. And then we have on the other side 5 pieces, of course, also from 3. And this will be the ears on top. So it will be a piece, it's kind of a stand, it will be kind of a stand. You can place it in your decor, but on the back side, and then still your reindeer is popping out. So if you have all these pieces like this, then you have everything you need. 2 of this one, 1 of this, 1 of this, and this. Then you have the base of the reindeer from the front side, and the back side will be then the same, if everything is correctly. All the parts of the reindeer are drying over here. Now we're going to take 4 pieces of 7. 4 pieces of 7 blocks, and again we row them easily together, because this will be the bottom of our reindeer, and we're going to make kind of an organizer. You can decorate it a little, kind of a tray, but you can decorate it around it. It's not a big space, because I want to have it that you can expand it as much as you want, but I don't do it too big, because the kitchens are not too big over here. So, and I like that it is handsome, and you can easily place it somewhere in your decor, and you don't have to look for because it is too big. So we do this one also. I do it as fast as I can, so you have then 4 times, and this will be the bottom, but you can, like I said, you can expand it as much as you like. If you want to have a bigger space to decorate and make a real tray out of it, it's also very easy to do. And the last, and we're going to squeeze it from outside of the middle. And now I hope, I thought I had a bad block inside here, but I'm going to try to work with it. In every package of mine is always now at least a couple of, now 4 to 5, and the package is only here 54 blocks, so it's not a lot, and I paid $2.99 for it. So a lot of you are much pay much less than I do, because here it is very expensive, and the blocks are not always the best of quality. But I hear a lot of people have the same problem, but I hope you at least pay less than I do. So, and I'm going to give it a rest a couple of minutes. So I'm going to go again. On this side we do some glue. On this side we do some glue. And now we can in an easy way make one plank out of it. So again, place it down, and like I told you earlier, it doesn't mind if it falls apart, because it's still not dried up. So at least now you can fill in the gaps. You saw already they're so easy to fill in. And now we're going to wipe away the glue, and also we're going to let this part dry in, and again squeeze it and give it at least at least an hour. This is the bottom. You're not going to saw this, so this is, it needs only an hour is enough before you can use it. So I'm going to do now the borders around. So for 2 sides of the kind of a tray, we are going to do 4 pieces of 3, and we're going to glue also again the longest side. This is a day that we always gluing, I think, on the longest side almost. So this will be together, and this will be together in a moment. So, and this will be the smallest side of our tray, and we're going to do it on this side. And place of, you can use it also in your craft room, maybe to decorate it, maybe do some things inside. And like I said, you can make it as big as you want, because this is just an inspiration. You don't have to do it the way I do it. And I'm going to, but this is a very easy way, at least I think it's an easy way to make a cute little reindeer. Now we're going to do this two together. And we're going to do this two together. And again, squeeze it. And make a nice straight line from it, both of them. And we're going to make them close up. This is one. And this is number two of the sides. And we're going to let it rest on the side. And we're going to make now the longest side of the tray. Now for the longest side of the tray, we need 8 pieces of 3. So, and again, we're going to row this one also together. And then this will be almost the last what we are going to row together. So don't worry, then you don't hear it anymore. And then you have all the pieces we need for at least the tray also over here. And I saw already I have to change up one of the blocks. And oop, you see already number 2. And everything is sticking together now because my hands are under the glue, and that's most of the time. And the last. And I'm going to squeeze them, but of course I do that out of camera. So, and again, I'm going to do here the same. I'm just going to easily row them together until one side of the tray. And again, over here, we do here the same. But I think you already can dream it. And this one, and the last. Squeeze it and press it together. And we do here the same. And we're going to give this a couple of minutes drying. So now we have our 2 longest sides of the tray and the smallest one. What we're going to do, we're going to place this over here. We're going to do some glue on this side. We do some glue on this side. We place it down. We do here the same. And here. And we make our easy tray. We're going to place this straight up. We place this one over here. And this one over here. And we're closing it up with this one. And then we're going to give it a little bit of pressure. Of course, we have to be careful because not everything is totally dried in yet. So again, squeeze it. And we're going to let this rest at least for a half hour. So now we already have our frame. We're going to turn it over because most of the time the underside is the flat side. So I'm going to go and I'm going to do in the middle over here. I'm going to do some glue around the lines, and not in the middle. I meant, of course, in the middle of the piece. So you do it as much as you can on the inside. So when the glue is running, it's going to the inside. It's easier to get away. Now you also, if you look at this plank, you can also see that this one is flatter because this you glued it on the bottom. This one is smoother than the other side. So I'm going to place this one over here. Make sure that you have it on the right spot you want to have it, and give it a little bit of pressure, and then redo it because it's here on the sides it is totally flat, and on this side it's a little piece which is coming over, not too much but a little. And now we're going to let this dry in, and of course I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure with a paint can. So now I took my 2 pieces of 3 glue together. This one, of course we have 2 of them because we're going to make a nose. I did it with my marker a little bit around over here and a little bit around over here, so you can very easily see, but make the nose the way you think you are enjoying it. I'm going to go to my garage, I'm going to saw it out, and then I'm going to copy this one over here. So it's very easy, just you can easily do it with your hand saw. Just saw it out this side and this side, and then double it up on this one. And then you already have 2 noses for both of the sides. So you see I have my 2 noses and they will be black later on. So we're going to place them aside. We're going to take the frame of the reindeer and of course the one with the 5 blocks of 3. We're going to place it on top and place it in the middle where we normally would glue it on top. You're going to get a marker and you're going to make the line for the 5 blocks over here until the first row. And you do a marker over here. So you make one little dot over here and you make one dot over here. So he is fitting inside. I showed you a little bit closer. I hope you can see the little dots. I'm going to place this aside. So this will be where he is glued on top of here. And now I'm going to go for this one sideways to the other one. And I'll show you that in a moment also. A little bit around. And also this a little bit to the other corner. Because we try to make it even. This will be his ears. And now we go very simply make a round over here. So we get a nice round. And we do here the same, a little bit the same like we did here. You can easily use it also as an ending. Just go make a line over here. And we do on the other side the same. Over here. And we make, turn it around and do it over here also. So we have a nice rounding. And you see that this is already a little bit how it looks like. I hope you can see it, that the camera picks it up. I make it a little bit thicker with my pencil. So don't worry. I'm just going to go over it. And then I show it you a little better. And this will be the ears. And they will be glued on top. Over here. We do here the same. A little around. And I show this also to you for everyone who has a little bit difficulties making their own ears, because I also have I'm not great in making lines and making shapes, because I also need my time for it. So this is how he's looking like, and you imagine that this one is going to fall apart. So I'm going to make my line, and of course I'm going to cut out this piece. And I hope I can make it a little bit more gray, so you can see it a little bit better what I mean, which part needs to go out. You see? Now I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to cut it out. And if everything is correctly, the base of our frame will fit inside of here. And then you have your ears on top. So you see already, this is the shape it turned out. And of course, you easily can place it, of course, over here. It's not totally fitting, but with your paint, you can easily work this away. So of course, now we're going to do the antlers. Now we're going to get the two pieces which will be our antlers. We are going to get our marker. We're going to take from one row of blocks. We go from this side until this side. So very easy. Just make a line. You can use a ruler, but of course I do this later. You see, that's what I mean. I just make one block in half, and I do here the same. Go from one side until the other one. So you have at least a piece where you can give your antlers on. Of course, they need to go this way because they will be this side on his head. So we're going to do this one. Now we're going to make, I'm going to make for one side the antler, and then I'll copy it on the other side. So this is already how one is made, and I'm going to show it to you in the camera so you can see it for yourself. It's much better. And I make first one, then I'm going to copy it in duplicate, of course, on the other one, but make sure that you turn it over, because you don't want to have two of the same pieces. So you have to double it up, but turn it over so you have on each side your little movement on the underside and not on the top. This will be on the top side and this will be on the underside, but you see that in a moment. So I'm going to cut this out. Everything is always little cuts. It's not a lot, but you need to have the shape in it, and then I hope it looks nice. And here you see already the ears, how they turned out, and this is so easy to do. And if you are a little bit scared to do it yourself, maybe you can ask someone, because it's only a couple of lines you need to cut out. So it's really not a difficult job. So what I'm going to do, this will be in the black. The nose, both of them will be in the black, but I do that in a moment. First, I'm going to take the body of the reindeer and of course his ears, and I'm going to glue them on top of here, inside of here. So I'm going to do very easy, some glue. I have to look for that the underside is straight, because he still needs to be glued inside of the tray. So I'm going to do some glue over here, at least when the glue is it's coming out. I have to look for, I think I left the lid open a little bit too long, so I do enough glue because I don't want that he is later is falling apart. So I'm going to squeeze it and I'm going to let this dry at least for an almost an hour, because I want to be sure that before I'm going to paint it, he is really dry. So I'm going to lay this apart and I'm going to paint the first parts in the black. So now I'm going to paint, like I told you, the antlers and of course my nose in the black, but it's not totally black. It's a little bit like a really dark gray. I thought black will be a little bit harsh, so I'm going to try for this one. I don't know if I will be sorry, but we will see, or else I'm going to paint it over. So I'm going to take this color and you see already it is really black. Really black, really dark gray. So and you see, and it's a little bit different than schoolboy paint, so I hope it gives also a little bit of an other structure than with the schoolboy paint. So I'm going to paint this 4 pieces and then we're going to do the kind of a box tray, how you call it, and I think I'm going to do this one in the creamy color. Meantime, while the antlers and the nose are drying, I'm going to do the crate box in the creamy color. But also, if you like more like a glam style, just spray paint it in the color you like. I'm just going to do this color, and I'm only giving you an idea and a base, so you can change it up any way you like, because that's always the greater thing. You can always change it up the way you want to have it in your decor. So I'm going to finish this up and then we're going to go further with the reindeer. In the meantime, while my box is drying, of course my antlers need also be on the other side. I'm waiting for that. I'm going to get 4 googly eyes and I'm going to paint the googly eyes in the black color, the same like I did with the antlers. And of course you can draw them, but normally I would make a little dot with black, but now it has to be much bigger because the frame is also bigger, so you can't do a little bit of the small eyes because else you don't see it. So I'm going to go for 4 googly eyes and I'm going to paint them very easy in the black color. So I'm just going to take some paint and I'm going to get I'm going to paint them easily black. And you see, now I'm going to do the base of the reindeer and I'm going to do it in the little bit of the dark brown color. I will see if I like it and or else I'm painting it over. So I'm going to give both of the sides because it is a double-sided reindeer. So I'm going to do both sides and then we're going to pull everything together. And you see already I placed a piece of kitchen paper on my mat and I'm going to place it a little down. I'm going to place my base of my reindeer on top of here. Now we're going to glue our antlers on top of here and we do this very carefully. Of course we have to place this one over here and this one over here, and I'm just going to look where I want to have them and then I'm going to glue them. So I think a little bit over here, and I'm going to glue them on top because it's a double-sided, but if you only use the front you can glue it on the back side, but that's why I especially did a sideways cut because I want to glue it on top of here. So I'm going to get my wood glue and I'm going to glue it on top. You see already the paint is still not, I don't know what it is with this paint, but this paint is really not the greatest because it takes for hours to dry in. So I'm going to do some glue over here and I'm going to place it in the middle and squeeze it. I'm going to do with this one the same, do some glue over here and I'm going to place it also against this one. So again, and we're going to let this dry for at least an hour. In the meantime, I'm going to look for if I like the nose over here and a couple of my eyes. So I have to look for where I want to have them. And here's the same. This is also with the same paint, so it is a little bit hard to look for where I want to have it. I think I'm going to go for this way, but choose anything you like. And you see already I did have my reindeer drying in between 2 paint cans. What I'm going to do on the underside of my reindeer, I'm going to do some glue and I'm going to place it inside of my frame of my box. And then, of course, you see in the moment how I decorated it totally, but you can go as crazy as you like. I did a black nose, you can make a red nose, you can change it up any way you like. But for me, you see in a moment what I made of it. And here you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tile blocks reindeer. And of course, in the crate, you can decorate it any way you like. Of course, this reindeer is so easy to make, so I hope you give this one also a try. And everyone who is here already and only love to watch, I hope you had fun watching this time also. Or everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell, so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Of course, for more DIYs, come on over to my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. Hope to see you there. Have an amazing day and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.